Hey guys, Matt here. This is my review of Selma. This movie is directed by Ava DuVernay. The movie stars David Oyelowo, Carmen Ejogo, and Tom Wilkinson. Selma is about Martin Luther King Jr. and how in 1965 he led thousands of African Americans in a march from Selma, Alabama to the steps of the Capitol in Montgomery. Now, if you think the movie is just about a bunch of people walking, you're wrong, because the movie's a lot more and a lot deeper than that. Going into this movie, I was expecting it to be like Malcolm X, or Get On Up, or Mandela. A biopic that was portraying somebody influential and really famous that would eventually get that actor nominated for an Oscar. But I liked how this movie was different because it only focused on 1 year in this man's life. Not his whole life from birth to old age and death, but 1 year. And not only was this movie a lot more powerful and inspirational and moving than I thought it would be, it's a movie that needs to get nominated for an Oscar, and it's a movie that needs to be seen. David Oyelowo is slowly becoming one of my favorite actors. I mean, ever since I saw him in Rise of the Planet of the Apes, he's always been an actor where every time he's on screen, I didn't really know much about him or who he was, but he delivered good performances every time. Later in Red Tails and Jack Reacher, and then again in Interstellar. Every time he's on screen, he doesn't fail. He's good in everything he's in, and he was great in this movie. The beauty of this movie was that he embodies Martin Luther King Jr. so well that whether the character is speaking one-on-one with somebody privately in a jail cell or the President of the United States, or addressing the masses and giving this inspirational speech, you really feel for him. You really care about him, and you believe in him. And that was the most important thing about this movie, was I wanted the overall message to inspire people and to get people rallied up and angry and sad and happy and just feel something about this man and his cause. And David Oyelowo was able to do just that. The cast and crew in this movie were really good, from Tim Roth as George Wallace, Tom Wilkinson as Lyndon Johnson, even Oprah Winfrey as Annie Cooper. Whether the roles were big or small, there was somebody in this movie that you either despised or really liked, hated or cheered for. And I liked how all of the characters really brought a different perspective, and they brought a different element to this movie. You had some young characters and you had some older characters. And every single character gave you something new and gave you something to like in the movie. This movie was not cut and paste. It was not a biopic by the numbers. Yeah, there were a lot of repetitive scenes of Martin Luther King talking to one person, frequently, but other than that, this movie is not predictable. I've got to say, just like The Butler, whenever you have a movie dealing with the civil rights movement and all the atrocities that went on during that time, there are some scenes that are hard to watch. But the thing about this movie is, for every scene that's hard to watch, just like a Holocaust movie, for everything that's just terrible that you have to witness to, it makes all of the nice and all of the happy moments that much better. I mean, there are some scenes in this movie that just like the characters in the movie, may have you tear up and will get you mad at the people that are doing those actions. But it makes all of the inspirational parts and all of the speeches that rallies the people up and brings them together and makes them stronger that much more impactful. And there's a couple times that I got teary-eyed. One, because I was just ashamed that this happened in our country, but also the charisma of Martin Luther King. Just the way he's able to lead these people was just amazing. And so because this movie was extremely moving and extremely powerful and well acted all the way around, and just a great movie that didn't have to be a biopic by the numbers, like I said, I'm going to give Selma an A. See this movie, guys. I definitely recommend it. So until next time, see ya.